Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're going to give a few minutes for some other attendees to hop in, and then we'll get started with the presentation. While we're waiting for everyone, feel free to pop into the chat and let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to know where everybody's at across the country and what your favorite Anthro store is. Oh, we got a lot coming in. I see Portland, Cameron. We have some Portland viewers.
Love it.
Rhode Island, Los Angeles, Nashville, Vermont. My goodness, all across the board. Jacksonville, San Diego. A lot of love coming in for Anthro Living. We love to hear that.
Love it.
We'll just give it one more minute, guys. We'll get started at about 7:02. Brambleton, Virginia. I don't know that one. Sounds fun. We even have Chile.
Wow.
All right, well, we have a pretty good group here, so we'll get started. My name is Jessica McGuinn. I'm on the marketing team here at Anthropologie, and I manage all of our events and experiences for the brand. For many of you, you probably know that formerly meant all of our amazing in-store events like fashion shows and styling parties and workshops and pop-up markets and things that we unfortunately haven't been able to do over the course of the past year, but we have been bringing you some really incredible virtual experiences since about September. And we'll continue to have a bunch of them coming up over the couple weeks and months to come. Tonight, I'm so excited to have you joining us for our Entryway styling workshop. We have two of our incredible home stylists here joining us to present their work to you and to showcase some of their tips and tricks for updating your own entryways at home. So with us, let's flip this. Oh, sorry about that. Having some presentation trouble. With that, we have Sean Guidera, who is our home stylist of our financial district store in New York City. Sean, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me. So excited to be here.
Thank you. And then we also have Cameron Kurosu, who is our home stylist from Portland, Oregon.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Happy to be here.
Thrilled to have both of them here, and they're going to give us some really unique, amazing perspectives and show us some of the most amazing Anthropologie and Anthro Living product we have for the spring season. I think, Cameron, you have some entryway styling essentials that you wanted to share with us. We'd love to hear a little bit about those.
Absolutely. So we kind of put together a quick little list of do's to make your entryway the best space that it can be. And we kind of put them into 4 categories that we're loving to kind of help when you're styling your own. So our first is to create a focal point, which is a great place to start. This is to establish an anchor or statement piece that really is the first piece that catches your eye when you walk into your room. Number 2, we want to make sure we're inviting light in, so keeping your space bright and feeling well lit, and thinking about it at different times of day. So using mirrors and light fixtures to enhance that in the evening. And if you live in a place where it does get darker in the winter months, that's definitely key. Number 3, we want to make it functional. So our entryways a lot of times are multi-use spaces. We definitely want to look for storage. So things that can help us with storage and also handle a higher traffic than the rest of our home. And number 4 is to add personality. So to definitely make sure it speaks to your home and your style, using pops of color, getting a signature scent in your home. And of course, we love to add a touch of whimsy at Anthropologie. So those are kind of our tips and tricks.
Always whimsy for sure. And speaking of personality, we want to get your personalities into this event too. So during the entire presentation, we will have our chat open. Please feel free to pop in there anything that you're excited about, you're loving. We'll also have our Q&A open. So if you have any questions about specific products you're seeing or about specific imagery that Cameron and Sean are presenting, definitely utilize that Q&A for those questions. We also have on the line our experiential associate, Cece Yearout, who is currently moonlighting as Anthropologie. And she will be helping us by uploading all of the links to the products featured in tonight's presentation in the chat. So you'll actually be able to click and shop and purchase all your favorite things you're seeing tonight while you're viewing the presentation. And with further ado, I think we're going to get started with our first submission presented by Sean.
Hi, everybody. I am so excited to chat with you about Gail's space. Gail, if you are here, you should raise your hand. We would love to hear from you. Let us know if you have any questions. Just be sure to drop them in the Q&A and we can definitely get your answers. Gail sent us a photo of her entryway and said that she is just looking to make it pretty and welcoming. It's off to the side, so it's not a true forward-facing entry. She's looking for a transitional style with some boho flavor. She loves whimsical elements. She's in the perfect place. And she's liking a lot of plants and greenery. So it looks like we're trying to build a space that's going to set the tone for the rest of her home. It's going to be that focal point that you see when you first walk through her front door. If we go to the next slide, I can talk to you about some of the pieces that we've put together. So this is the entryway design that I put together for Gail. It features the Cali oak console and it's natural, sculptural, and a touch of boho.
Sean, I'm obsessed with this console. I need it immediately.
It's one of my favorite pieces. This collection is stunning.
Let's take a closer look.
Amazing. So some of the key pieces that I chose to highlight in Gail's design are the Cali sculptural oak console, like we said. It's made of 100% American oak and it's available in multiple finishes, this black finish as well as a natural wood tone. It showcases a really beautiful natural grain and a minimal yet sculptural design. It has really great reviews online. You guys, this has been a fan favorite since it's been released. We've had the coffee table and side tables in our New York City stores, and I can personally say that I think that this is a durable and really well-built collection and will truly stand the test of time. Next is the tufted Maribel rug. I love this rug. It's a personal favorite. I think that this rug in this color, as well as the other colorway it's available in, is just so striking. It's kind of inspired by a traditional Persian rug, but features more modern upgrades through bold color, as well as a subtle luster. It just catches the light really nicely. And honestly, it is one of the softest rugs we have. It's available in 2 colors, like I said. And if you are near a design center store, I highly recommend you pop in and check it out because the other color is just as beautiful. And then next, I have the Boucle Louise storage ottoman. We are all about the boucle right now. The texture and the look together create something that's just so cozy and inviting. The rounded ottoman features a plump top cushion that not only offers a comfy spot to sit and put on or take off your shoes, but also can be moved throughout your home as additional seating. And you can remove the lid for storage. You can put shoes in there or other accessories that you just need to get out of the way. I think that these pieces together will create a really lovely entryway for Gail.
I love that. I think we could all use a little more storage in our life. And I think that this look is great because it really doesn't skew too masculine or too feminine. It's kind of right in the middle. So it's nice for like the couple who just bought their first home or want to have that entryway space that fits both of their personalities a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally.
Let's see some of the other pieces you would suggest for this one, Sean.
So some of the instant upgrades I would add to Gail's design. These are the accessories and accents to complement those anchor pieces. I chose the Rah-Rah jute sconce. It's this really cool hanging plug-in sconce, and it's wrapped with natural jute and has a tasseled trim. Again, it's a plug-in, so it's really versatile. You can move it throughout your space, hang it up anywhere. It just needs to be near an outlet. No need to hardwire into your wall, which is great. And I'm loving the texture here. I think that this is a statement piece that is sure to catch the eye of anybody walking into your home, and it really helps soften up this design. I think that next to these 2 pieces of art, it actually complements, or they work together really nicely because there's a lot of texture in the light fixture, and then the art pieces are a little bit more minimal. For the art, I chose the Golden Peak wall art set. This is both the left and the right pieces. They can be purchased individually or as a set to create a sort of diptych. This features a beautifully minimal design. It's watercolor paper with a gold leaf embellishment, and then it's inside of a wooden frame. I think the abstract mountainscape is just so calming. And again, the light fixture and these art pieces together work work together just so nicely.
I couldn't agree more. That artwork reminds me of Portland. Cameron, what do you think of these choices?
It's so good. And I am loving that we're introducing plug-in sconces to the assortment.
Yeah.
I'm a renter, and so I'm always looking for ways to kind of make my space feel a little bit more elevated and like my own versus cookie cutter, to all the other rooms in my building. And I think that's such a great way for people who aren't in their forever space to really kind of make it their own and show their personality.
Totally right there with you, Cameron.
It was a game changer here in New York when we introduced the plug-in lighting option as well, because so many renters are here. We can't, hardwire sconces into our apartment walls. We need to be able to plug it in. So
Right.
It was great. A great ad for sure.
Such a great idea. Awesome. Well, thank you, Sean.
I think I've got a few more pieces here.
Great.
With every design, we want to add some true accent pieces that really bring out the personality. Gail, I hope that you like these and feel that they are in line with your style. I chose these gilded vases, the first two here. They're the small and medium bottleneck sizes. I think that they're just a really fun pop of hand-blown glass with this bright gold neck detail. And I think that there's some like gold speckling in the glass as well. They just add a really nice texture. Again, since we've got a solid colored console table and then pretty minimal wall art, anywhere that we can introduce a little texture and color is really going to help round out that design. Next, I have the seafoam pot. It's a really nice color and a texture. It's also available in gray. And again, it complements the rug so nicely with that green color. Last, I have the Mia rattan hook rack, and this visually enhances the space with its minimal design, but it's also efficient and functional. You can walk in, throw your bag, your hat on here, and you're ready to go. And it's also available in black if gold is not quite right for you.
I love that. That's perfect. I feel like I need that for my own entryway too, Sean.
It's a favorite for sure. Gail, that was all that I have for your design. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, we can always connect later. I think I can hand it over to Cam at this point so we can hear about one of his designs.
Perfect. And thank you, Gail, for your submission.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so hi guys, I'm Cameron. This is Amy's space that she submitted to us. So Amy, if you're on the call, definitely pop in the Q&A if you have any questions. We'd love to hear from you. And you can always reach out to us afterwards as well if you want to follow up on some of the things we've selected. So Amy, as you can see, is working on a gorgeous new entry space that they're kind of renovating and then looking to add some pieces to. And they wanted to install new French doors, and they're replacing their tile flooring with hardwoods in about 2 weeks. And they were looking for a statement piece on the right side under the mirror and other suggestions for the entryway. She described her style as contemporary, yet their house was a bit more of a shake style Cape Cod. So for this one, on the next slide, you'll kind of see my overview of what I put together. Keeping in mind that your style is contemporary, but your home is a Cape Cod shake style, I wanted to still keep nods towards those more traditional aspects of your architecture while still making it feel updated and contemporary. So some of the key pieces that you'll see here on the next one that we chose is our Edlin bench, which I'm loving. It's such a fun piece. It's super functional because as you're coming in and out, it's great to have a place to sit down, get your shoes on and off, get your bag together for the day. And this piece is customizable. So it's great because you can pick your fabric and color, really make it your own. And you can pick the finish of the legs, which is great too. So you can really make it the perfect piece for your space. And then I paired this here. This is actually a rug that we collaborated on with Rifle Paper Company, which is a Anthro favorite and a personal favorite of mine. I love their whimsical patterns. And this is our Amphora rug, which comes in this gorgeous blue color. It's got some nods with the gold, which I thought tied in the overall space together really nicely. And this rug is power loomed polyester, so it's suitable for high traffic, which is great for an entryway. You always want to make sure you're picking rugs that are going to stand the test of time. Our entryways tend to be the most heavily trafficked areas in our space. And so we want to make sure that you're investing in a piece that really will stick with you for a long time. And then I paired this with our Glinda console table, which again is another one of my personal favorites. This collection is stunning. It also comes in a sideboard, and it is such a cool modern take on a style that kind of references Art Deco, which I think is a really fun era to kind of bring into a contemporary mood. It's a black lacquer, it's got the lovely brass legs, and it actually has 2 drawers. So again, you get some hidden storage, which is really nice to have. And you could always use this as a desk. So if you were to repurpose this down the road to a different room, or if you and someone else in your household had to be on a Zoom call at the same time and you kind of needed to make a quick shift to a workspace, this is a great piece to kind of use multifunctionally.
That's perfect, Cameron. We actually have Amy in the chat. She said she loves the Edelin bench.
Oh, good.
Fantastic. And then we actually had a question in the Q&A asking, can you remind us that bench comes in other colors, right?
Absolutely. So the bench comes in quite a few different fabric choices and color choices, a couple of which are our performance fabrics. So if you have pets or kids, there's some really great options. Awesome. And then our leg finishes, I believe, come in 4. We do a brass, rose gold, silver, and an iron in black as well.
Perfect. And then someone else in the chat was just wondering if you wouldn't mind repeating the material that they should look out for when purchasing an Entryway rug.
Yeah, I think definitely looking for pieces that if our website's great because when you're shopping, it'll tell you if the rug is suitable for high traffic or low traffic. Always look for high traffic. Jute is a great material that definitely stands the test of time. Wool is another great natural material that does as well. And then this specific rug is a power loomed polyester. So a polyester will also be a great option as well.
Amazing, thank you so much. All right, let's get into some of these awesome accessories that you popped in for us.
So I always love to go a little bolder with accessories. I'm a big fan of pattern mixing, which we love to do at Anthropology. This is the Rayla storage ottoman, which just like the one that Sean shared, is also doubles as a storage piece, which is great. The top of that pops off and you can put things in there that you may want access to easily, but don't always want out. So if you're a pet owner and you have dog leashes, or you want to take your doggy bags, just kind of tuck them away. That's a great spot to put them. And again, it just adds extra seating. If you had guests over in your living space, you could pop this easily in there, kind of use it in a multifunctional way. And then I have here shown our Adelaide mirror. This mirror is one of my favorites. It comes in a wall mirror and a floor mirror, so it can really work in a lot of different areas of your home. I love just bouncing light around in an entryway, keeping it feeling really open and bright. And this will reflect all the natural light, Amy, that you get through your beautiful French doors. And then the last piece I have shown here is our wall art here. This is one of our abstract pieces. It's our Blue Season wall art. And I just thought this color palette really tied nicely in with the color that you have on the walls currently and kind of all the pieces that we pulled together for your space.
That's a beautiful piece. I'm actually staring at a giant blank wall behind me in my apartment right now that I keep saying is going to be a gallery wall, and it's still blank. So I think that one might have to come and get its way into my cart.
I love it. It's one of my faves. All right, and then my last slide here just has some of our little favorite add-on pieces. This lamp is gorgeous. It's a velvet lamp that comes in 3 colors. It is a great piece because it makes a statement, but it's not too big. It would be great in an entryway, great on a side table. So again, you can really kind of utilize it in a lot of different spaces. And then here I have shown one of our coat racks that we have. It is a gorgeous black kind of pole with the brass accents. And you know, you can never have enough spots to hang your coats, your bag, your umbrella. Our entryways are typically a landing spot. So if we create a space that's designated for your things, they'll stay there. And that just kind of helps keep your area feeling nice and tidy, which is always a nice way to enter your home so you don't feel stressed and like you have to clean up things all the time. And then the last piece shown there is one of our gold decorative objects. I use this all the time in styling, whether it's on coffee tables, bookcases, entry tables. I think it's such a fun piece to just kind of bring a little brightness and style to some styling pieces.
I love that, Cameron. And we actually have a question in the chat. I'm glad you brought up the table lamp. Someone asked, excuse me, in the Q&A, not in the chat, asked if their mirrored entryway table needs lamp. She said she doesn't want to overcrowd the space. Does a table necessarily need a lamp, or could you maybe add something else?
You could totally do something else. You don't always need a lamp, especially if you already have existing overhead lighting. You can definitely opt to either keep your table really clean, or if you just want like a little dish for your keys. I think that's totally a thing that you can do based on your needs and your space, and definitely take that creative, freedom to your space.
That's a great tip. Thanks, Cameron.
Cameron, that was such a great design. I love how modern it is. You touch on Art Deco. It's so whimsical. I loved all of those pieces. I think it looks amazing.
Thank you.
I think I'm going to chat with you guys about Shannon's room now. Shannon asked us to help upgrade her entryway and said that her style is modern, bohemian with a Southwestern flair, my favorite. I love unique objects with a story, art, and plants. While I love stylish design, I also want my home to feel cozy and lived in. I tend to acquire many cool pieces of furniture and decor, but I'm always trying to simplify my home design so that it doesn't become cluttered, which causes stress. Overall, I want my space to be unique and inspiring, yet functional. So we need to put together a functional design for everything to feel intentional for Shannon. If we could take a look at the next slide, I'll show you guys what I came up with.
Yeah, she's very specific, and I feel like you hit the nail on the head, Sean.
I love this design so much. These pieces are beautiful. I chose the Daybreak cabinet and the Quincy bench to highlight here because I think they offer both a stylish silhouette as well as functionality. That's the overall design. Some of the key pieces that we touched on here are, again, the Daybreak cabinet, which shows these really cool rays or streaks kind of bursting from that hardware. It's just a really stunning piece. It's available in a couple of colorways. It has a cord, what's that called? A cord hole in the back. Cord escape,
I don't know
sorry.
if there's a formal term for it, but I know what you mean.
It's nice to have that option if you do need to have something in there that's plugged in. And again, it's available in a couple of different colors. There's like a whitewashed or gray washed wood, as well as this natural tone. Next, we have the Quincy storage bench, which is a mid-century inspired silhouette. It uses simple and understated brass hardware, which complements the grain of the wood. It doesn't clash or take away from it. Cushions for these benches are sold separately, you guys, so it gives you the perfect opportunity to customize and make it all your own. For this bench, I chose the Ronnie bench cushion, which is a textured upholstery with mixed striped design and a lot of different colors. I think that it just complements the overall design of the space really nicely and adds to that Southwestern vibe that she's going for. Also adding to that Southwestern vibe, I think, is our Lemieux Palel rug. Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. It's made of a blend of jute and wool, and the rug lends natural texture and truly effortless style to any room. It features these lovely subtle pops of color like a soft mint green and this coral color. It's absolutely perfect for layering plants on top of. I think that it's just a fun graphic rug, which really works with the rest of the design.
That's perfect, Sean. Oh, go ahead, Cameron.
I was just gonna say, I love how you really played with different tones and how warm they are without overpowering it with a lot of color. I think that's a beautiful combination.
Thank you, yeah.
I agree, and Shannon is here. She said hello, and she's in the chat. And we had another person who had a question here. They said they love the mix of bohemian and mid-century vibes that we're getting. What are some tips for mixing different styles in the same space as a whole? I think, across any kind of style.
I mean, my decision to mix the styles here was kind of rooted in the fact that I'm working with this, like the same material, like I'm mixing different wood tones. And I think that helps to unify pieces that are maybe a different style in the same space. So because we've got the wooden Daybreak cabinet that's in a little bit of a darker color, and then the Quincy storage bench in a little bit of a richer, lighter wood tone, because they're both natural wood tones, they will work together. They might not match exactly, but I think with the rest of the pieces in the design, that helps them work. And so if you can kind of root your decisions in either a color or a material to unify everything, that will help it feel more cohesive.
I think that's a great tip. And I'm also getting a kind of a sense of pattern play where you're kind of you're mixing both styles, but you're keeping some synergy there between the colors being the same, but we're also seeing like organic shapes versus some more linear shapes in the fabric. So we love that. Let's look at some of the other pieces you pulled for Shannon.
Awesome. Yeah, so these are some of the accents and accessories that I chose for Shannon's design. The first, I have the dried botanical wall art pieces here. These are really nice, tall, narrow pieces of art that can be hung on the wall, either in a set or kind of sprinkled throughout the design. I chose the pink, orange, and medium pink colorways for this. I think these pieces are just so cool. They bring a little bit of nature into the design. They're featured. They feature the natural dried florals laid out on a white linen background, I think it is, in an acrylic case with a frame. They just are so stunning and so beautiful. And I love the subtle pop of color here. I also chose the Solana rattan mirror, which is a nice, simple, round mirror, but the frame is wrapped rattan, and it just, again, adds warmth. It complements the wood tone and the other furniture pieces, and it adds a little bit more visual interest if we're focusing on like the texture kind of throughout the different pieces. It's nice to get a little texture in this wall piece as well. I chose the sandstone table lamp, which we just got in my store in New York. I absolutely love this lamp. It's a solid base of sandstone that is emphasized by this dramatic tapered linen shade. It's just a really beautiful, nice, minimal silhouette, and there's such a beautiful grain to that lamp base too, again, complementing all of the other really textural pieces. Lastly, I have the title stripe side table here in white. This is just such a great piece. It's versatile. You can move it throughout your space. It can be used as a stool or a side table. Again, I love the color and the texture. I think it just lended itself really beautifully to the rest of the design.
This is so great. I'm also loving that mirror, Sean, because to me, it's almost like a sunburst in your space, which who doesn't love that?
Right? I loved it on top of that entryway cabinet. I think that with those, like the rays coming out of that hardware, it just complemented the other pieces really great.
So good.
Amazing. Okay, let's see what some of those other things we have that could be additional options.
Yes, so some of our favorite things, some smaller accents to add to the design to really round it out and complete it, were the Avery valet hook. I think that this is just a convenient, functional, and stylish little accent that you can add on your wall. You've got a shelf there, you can put a candle, some smaller books or smaller decorative objects, and then a hook there, perfect for a bag, a backpack, a jacket, something like that. I love the color of this Beatrice pot. It's such a like rich terracotta, kind of an orangey color. It just is perfect for bringing your favorite indoor plant into the space, and the color just complements the other pieces in the design really nicely. I love the Mabel hook, which is here in the middle. It's this white marble kind of set in this brass hook frame. It's just modern, it's minimal, it's really stunning. And then adding a little bit of texture, I have the next two pieces here, the Loretta basket in bronze. It's also available in black. For this, I chose the bronze. It's handcrafted wire frame, features intricate designs. This basket is perfect for storing shoes, blankets, etc., anything that you need to store in your entryway. And then lastly, another planter. I have the rattan basket planter. I just love the texture this brings. It's a nice warm color. It complements the Beatrice pot really nicely. And again, gives us the opportunity to bring a little bit more plant life into the design.
I love it. And Shannon actually popped in the chat and said to say thank you and that she loves all of your suggestions. So thank you, Sean, and thank you, Shannon, for submitting.
Thank you, Shannon.
Who do we have next, Cameron? Oh, Cameron, you're on mute.
Oh my gosh, so sorry, you guys.
No worries.
So we are going into Liz's space next. So with Liz, I had such a fun time putting this together, and Liz wanted to bring some personality to her space and maybe have some seating options. And so Liz, if you're in the chat, definitely pop in and say hi. We'd love to answer any questions you have in the Q&A. But Liz, your space is so beautiful and so grand that I really wanted to kind of make this an impact and definitely give you a really fun, colorful anthro option for decorating. So here I have shown our selection of bright, colorful options to really make your space a wow factor when you walk in. And in this space, I kind of wanted to make two separate areas. So that first grand area would feature this kind of table moment, which we have shown on the right. And then in the hallway across from the stairs, we have this little seating area with some art that we'll kind of walk through in detail. So we'll keep in mind those two areas that we're going to look at.
Perfect.
So next one. So in the first space, and just kind of with our key pieces, this is our Vivian metal bistro table. It is one of my favorite tables that we do. It's got a gorgeous brass base that has a really textural feel to it. It bounces light around really nicely and just really makes the piece kind of almost like an art in itself. And it features a white marble top. So each piece is a little different and really kind of has its own personality. And then with that, this is one of our newest rugs. It is our Maximus rug. This rug is my favorite piece in the spring collection. It's got an amazing kind of channel tufted feel to it. It is a beautiful wool rug. So again, like we talked about before, wool is going to be really durable for entryways, which is great. And it comes in a variety of sizes, which is really nice too. So if you are like me and live in a smaller area, we can do a small one for kind of just a little entry mat all the way up to a really big living room size. So we love the Maximus rug and all those options. And then
I just want to say I second that. This is my favorite rug that we have right now. It is like an explosion of color. It's so beautiful. I love it so much.
When you see
Now
this
here I
rug,
go again. I feel like I say the same thing with a lot of things, but what does it make me think of? It's a sunset to me.
Yes.
A sunset for your home. Yeah, something you love to look at every day.
Yes. And when you look at this, it just makes you smile. And what better way to welcome your guests into your home than with a big smile on the face. So the last piece that I have shown here, I picked for the hallway, kind of across from the staircase. This is our Ingram storage bench. We have really expanded our storage and entry options at Anthropologie, which is really exciting. Again, I love pieces that can really be multifunctional. So you have the drawers that give you a lot of hidden storage. And then you have, again, a spot that offers seating, great for, you know, if you're someone who likes to take your shoes off in your home, you've kind of got a landing spot to just anchor everything there and really get some utilization out of it as well. And then we can scroll down to the next one here. So these are kind of our instant upgrade pieces. For above the Ingram bench, I had selected our Untitled 13 wall art. I love just bringing in little pops of color into a space. I think this would look stunning hanging right above the wainscoting that you have in your hallway and would just really kind of bring some fun into the hallway without taking away from the architectural elements that you have, because those are so beautiful that we definitely want to still showcase that and definitely let that have its moment as well. And then over the bistro table in the front section, I have our dandelion flush mount. This is my one of my personal favorite lighting options that we do. It also comes in a full chandelier. It is stunning. It is, again, a work of art in itself. And it just gives off such a beautiful light and creates a really beautiful kind of shadow pattern when it's lit at night. And I think that just really makes a really fun statement in the space. And then the last piece here I have shown is the trellis wallpaper. I think it would be a really cool statement to wallpaper just above the wainscoting in the very front section of your entryway. It would create a really beautiful wow moment for your guests to walk into, highlight those gorgeous architectural details of your home. And again, this wallpaper is a great way to bring personality into your space. And at Anthropologie, we offer a lot of peel and stick wallpapers that are kind of a removable style. So again, for me, I love things like that where I can make my space feel, you know, like it really does exude my personality, but that I can take down if I ever move to a different place.
So good. Cameron, I am actually doing somersaults in my head right now because I swear we had this wallpaper years ago and I found it on Pinterest somewhere and I fell in love with it and it's been gone forever, and seeing it here back in stock and for me to purchase, I have to get it immediately and put it in my bedroom.
It's so good. And the color is amazing. And it has just the little touch of metallic, which again will bounce light around in a really beautiful way. So
Oh, I love it so much. Thank you.
Yes. And then this last section here is just a couple of great little favorite things that you can add onto your space to really add some character. I love doing sconces. I had these shown on either side of the artwork in the hallway. Again, I think that's great to add lighting to your space. If you're coming home at night, it's a little darker, but you don't necessarily want the harsh light of overhead lighting. This is a great option to just kind of give you enough to work with your space. And this is the Piper sconce, which is one of my favorite pieces. And then again, like Sean said with his bench, our bench cushions are sold separately, which is a great piece to kind of find the perfect one that is your personal style and aesthetic. I chose one here that was a little bit more colorful and playful. This one here is the Jane, and it has a really great cotton upholstery. So it's a super soft piece. It's gonna hold up really well over time. And just again, offer some more seating option in your space. And then who would we be at Anthro without candles? So I had a candle here. One of our tips was to bring scent into your space. I think that's such a great way to create a signature kind of vibe to your home. And this is our copper glass collection. It comes in an amazing assortment of options. My personal favorite is the white amber. It is incredible. It smells so good. And then I paired that just with this milky vase that we do in a couple different sizes. And just to put a few things on the table to make it feel styled, but not too crowded.
So fun. Thank you, Cameron. And a big thank you to Liz as well for submitting.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening to us chat with you about our designs. I am so excited to let you know that if you are interested in connecting with one of us or another home stylist at one of our design center locations, it's so easy for you to connect with us. Simply head to the very bottom of the Anthropologie website, and there's a button that says styling services. You can use that. That will take you to the home styling option, and that will lead you here where you can request an email consultation or book a virtual appointment with a home stylist. You can be connected with myself, with Cam, or anybody else on the home styling team. And if you are, if you are located near a design center location, do not hesitate to hop into one of those stores because they have such great product available for you to view.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Perfect. Thank you
Also,
so much. Go ahead,
there
Cameron.
was so many amazing entries too from customers who we didn't get to highlight. So if you are still looking for some help, please reach out to us. We'd love to work with you. It was so hard to narrow it down, and I know Sean felt the same way. So definitely reach out to us. Our appointments are complimentary again, and we love really helping our clients get the perfect space for their homes.
For sure. That's a great call out, Cameron. We want to make sure that we get everybody as many tips and tricks as we possibly can for creating these spaces and making them beautiful. So we love that if you're able to utilize the styling services. And on behalf of the whole group, I did just want to say thank you to everyone for attending. If this was your first virtual Anthropologie event, like I said, we have many more coming up, and we also will start to get into some in-person events and Anthropologie stores again, which is super exciting, obviously keeping safety and comfort for everyone in mind. But next week, we have a few events coming up. We actually have a Mommy and Me apparel collection styling event we'll be doing on Instagram Live. That is going to be on Wednesday evening. And then we're also doing a design discussion with one of our sustainable brands, Farm Rio, on Earth Day on Thursday, the 22nd. So we'll pop a link into the chat right now where you can go to our Anthropologie events landing and take a look at all the incredible experiences we have coming up. And we certainly hope that you'll join us again. Thank you, Sean, and thank you, Cameron, for being here and for offering all your amazing insights and design tips.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys soon. Thank you.